I'm Matt Towery for Insider Advantage and the Southern Political Report. To those who went to the Drudge Report earlier yesterday, you saw the results of our Insider Advantage poll, both in Iowa for both Democrats and Republicans. That poll showed that, in essence, Mitt Romney had regained a lot of the ground that he had lost to Huckabee. And on the Democratic side, it showed John Edwards now surging into a position where he is very much not only an alive candidate, but appears to be the choice of most of, plurality of those who are backing candidates who will probably not get the requisite 15% on the first round of voting. That means that John Edwards could conceivably win this race in Iowa. Now, I've had the opportunity to look at some of the blogs and questions about Insider Advantage polling, and someone said, I don't trust people who don't poll in Iowa that much. Well, get this, we were the only pollster in America who got the 2004 race correct on the Democratic side. I'm not saying we'll do it this time. I think some of these people have a very valid point, and that is that polling this particular race, since it's going to occur on January 3rd, is very difficult, if not impossible. In fact, if you look at the polls, they're all over the place. Some have Obama leading, some have Clinton leading, some have them all tied together. But I think that what we have here, because we've strained for a number of questions to find out who the most likely voters would be, those questions led us to see that there was a consistency both among likely voters and those who were really the most likely voters. In both cases, we did see a few things, and that is that the Romney and Huckabee race had gotten much closer. Fred Thompson is not out of the race. He could conceivably move forward. He's about the only candidate who right now is moving forward. We clearly saw that McCain did not get a bounce out of any of the endorsements he received. On the other side, as I said, the second-tier candidates, when they don't get the 15%, where their individuals go, whether they're at a school or at a library or in a home, they're going to have to realign and go with another candidate, one who did get 15%. And if the three candidates who received more than 15% for the moment, and that appears to be Senator Obama, Senator Clinton, and former Senator Edwards, if those individuals are the three individuals left standing, then right now, according to this poll, John Edwards could have the edge of becoming a major figure in this race. So it's a very fluid race. There's plenty of time for things to change. Christmas is upon us. The leads have changed over and over again, and we will continue to poll this. And ultimately, we will give you a poll, which will be a blended poll, the same thing that we did in Iowa in 2004, in which we will poll who has the 15%, above 15%. Then we will ask of those who do not reach 15%, those who support those candidates, who their second preference is. We will then reallocate those numbers, and we will give you a poll which will hopefully accurately tell you where this Iowa caucus might be headed. Now, in Georgia, we are releasing a poll in the next day or so. That poll will show that the race on the Republican side is still very heavily Huckabee. But interestingly enough, unlike some other polls that have been out, there is not a huge surge for Thompson, and there's not a huge surge really for any other major candidate. So Huckabee is pretty much the clear front runner in Georgia. In Florida, that's also being shown as being a Huckabee state right now in several polls as well. So we're looking at these various states as we go through. But the big news, of course, was the Insider Advantage poll showing Edwards moving forward. And I might just add, as a conclusion, people who do know Iowa, and I think David Yepsen probably is considered to be the top political writer in Iowa, clearly. He wrote a column just yesterday that said, don't count John Edwards out. He could be surging. He could be moving forward. David Yepsen's gut is probably reflected in what this poll shows. And he wrote this before our poll was released. Now, that's all we have today. I'm Matt Towery for Insider Advantage and the Southern Political Report. We'll see you tomorrow.